Alright YouTube, so we're back, of course, to talk about, well, we're talking about Final Fantasy VII Remake, but not in like an informative way. We're not really covering like news or something for the game. We're talking about something that actually surrounds the game, and it's a pretty weird one. Even though as of right now we're on an every other day upload schedule, I do check the usual places every single day: Reddit, Twitter, and of course Google, which is how I came across what we're going to talk about today. So because I'm on Google pretty much every single day, reading multiple different articles, looking for things to talk about regarding FF7R, it's probably the only reason I even noticed this. So if you guys remember, we talked about a Push Square interview a couple videos back where Naoki Hamaguchi mentioned his one regret with the game, which was the basketball minigame not being included. We didn't look at the full interview because it was a bit of a lengthy one, but I came across a VG24-7 article today, or within the past 24 hours, and there's like parts of that Push Square interview, the full one, within their quote-unquote interview, like that are taken verbatim. Like the answers from Kitase and Hamaguchi are verbatim the exact text. I'll try to give you guys many examples of what I'm talking about here. So first up, we have this question from the Push Square article. So right here we have this question, and Katase's answer, we're not going to read over the whole thing because, again, these answers are similar between the articles, but the main thing to take away is the thank you to everyone who enjoyed the game. A lot of people who played the original game that are working in the industry as influencers. Influencers is a keyword, and so is evangelist. Hop over here to this question on the VG24-7 article. It's the exact same answer. Thank you to everyone who enjoyed the game. There are a lot of people who played the original game who are now working in the industry as influencers, evangelists. And that was the first thing that really got my attention, because I've read a lot of interviews with Yoshinori Kitase and many of the other developers, of course, and evangelist is a word I've never heard him use, except that one time with that Push Square article. And then I'm reading this VG24-7 interview, and I'm like, man, that's kind of weird. He's using the word evangelist again? Now, there are some differences between these interviews. For one, you have this part that's exactly the same, but this extra like couple of sentences, that's not even in the Push Square interview. It's something that's different, and this Naoki Hamaguchi answer to the first question is entirely different from the VG24-7, but we're going to look at some more similarities. So right here in the Push Square interview, they're talking about the newer character of Roche and kind of where did he come from, and they say, Roche, for example, has an important role in explaining the situation for soldier operatives, and then you go down here to this other paragraph, and it says, then at Walmart, we want to portray Don Corneo in the style of a real-life mafia boss. Hop on over to the VG24-7, same thing. Roche, soldier operatives, Walmart, Don Corneo, mafia boss. You can pause these and look at them if you want to, read them and see that they're verbatim, word for word, exactly the same. We're going to look at one more really quickly just to kind of get the point across, but this one was interesting because the answers, again, are exactly the same pretty much, but for some reason with the VG24-7 article, they switched up just a little bit. But they ask, who's better for Cloud, Tifa, or Aerith? And Katase says, all of this right here. Hop over here to the VG24-7 article, and they switch things around just a little bit. So we're actually going to read over both these answers really quickly. Katase says on the Push Square article, we never talk about how characters relate with each other outside of what is depicted in the game. Our only focus has been how best to depict the characters in an appealing way as part of the remake. However, I also love to see the exciting discussions among the fans within the community, and it's something we've seen since the original game released. And if you hop on over here to the VG24-7 interview, the answer is, it's something we've seen since the original game released. We never talk about how characters relate with each other outside of what is depicted in the game. Our only focus has been how best to depict the characters in an appealing way as part of the remake. However, I also love seeing the exciting discussions among the fans within the community. So it's the exact same answer, but they took the last sentence from the Push Square answer and put it at the beginning of this answer for some reason. I don't know why. So obviously this is a very strange situation, and even as of right now, after I've done a little bit of research, I don't entirely know what's going on. The only correlation I can find between these two websites is Gamer Network. Gamer Network actually owns VG24-7, but they're partnered with Push Square. Now, how exactly this makes them relate, I'm not entirely sure, honestly, because is that part of the partnership that they have with Push Square? Like, it being a partner website, does that allow them to take that interview that they did with Push Square and publish it as, their own and take snippets from it or something? I don't know. Something that seemed like a possible answer at first is that maybe there's, a bigger interview that they did with multiple different websites at one time, like maybe it was a press conference or something like that. But the way both of these interviews are portrayed on their websites, it seems like they were exclusive interviews. I mean, other websites and stuff have been referencing that Push Square article for 5 days now, almost a week. But then this VG24-7 article comes out now, and it's has exact same answers. But their interview is depicted also as a sit-down exclusive interview, when it's clearly not. But then there's also stuff in both interviews that don't cross over. There's, in the VG24-7 article, there's discussion about materia and stuff, and that wasn't a part of the Push Square article, so it could have been one big interview happening for a lot of people. But if these are exclusive interviews with both these websites, how do you explain the at times word-for-word responses from Kitase and Hamaguchi? I've read multiple interviews with Kitase, for example, where he gets asked similar questions. Hey, why is it Midgar only, right? How do you explain Sephiroth being in the game? And he's given responses that are close to the same, But still very different because, you know, these questions in these interviews are happening months or weeks or days apart or something like that. So he's not going to give you the exact same answer. These are like copy and paste. I don't know what's going on here. I don't even know what the answer is. I'm not even entirely sure what the point of the video is. I can't outright accuse VG24-7 of like stealing questions or answers or faking an interview. I don't know what this is exactly. I don't even know what the title of the video, but something's shady or something's kind of weird. I know people trash VG24-7 a lot. I don't know if this is something that they do or have done or why exactly people don't like them. I just kind of get my information or news from wherever I can get it. I've used them as a reference before. Maybe they were still in the stuff back then too. I know it's a very strange video, my dudes, and I don't even know what the answer is here, but I'm just confused by, like, what the fuck is actually happening? What's going on here? Like, if these were interviews that happened simultaneously, then why are there different questions and answers at times, but also the exact same answer at times, but then also, like, the exact same answer, but that they kind of mixed it up a little bit, added a sentence that was at the end to the beginning? Like, what? Where am I at? I'm getting a headache from all this. I want to pass off to you guys. It's a very simple question. We always have a question at the end of our videos. What the hell is happening? Leave your thoughts below in the comment section below. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, give it a thumbs up. Subscribe to the channel if you guys already want to stay updated with more Final Fantasy VII Remake content sometimes. Turn on my notifications. Follow me on Twitter at @dashingdavid. I'm a Discord. Links to my social networks are in the description and in the outro. Later, guys.
Give me a smile, give me forever for a while, give me forever for a while. Quit acting like a baby, or at least less like a child. Give me serenity.